We're live.
Live.
Hello and welcome to D20 Dames, specifically downtime games. My name are she, they, and we'll be playing Brindlewood Bay today. Quickly, let's go around and just say who we are in real life. I want to start with you, Brittni.
Oh, sure. Hi, I'm Brittni Leigh Liyanage. In real life, I'm I'm a product manager at Meta, and I like to what do I like to do in real life? Bake and we don't usually do real life, do we?
Yeah, my apologies. I should have
Real
not.
life credits.
It's a good thing this isn't like an improv game or anything. So yeah, lie
I
about
can
yourself.
I can make up a lot of stuff, but what do I do? Who am I?
Oh no, currently experiencing existential crisis. Yes.
Exactly. Come back to me. No, I'm just kidding.
A cat.
Hello, I'm Kat Kruger. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm usually the dungeon master here for our podcast. But we've been doing a lot of what do we call it? Passing of the DM screen, storyteller book.
A lot of improvisation that's not working today.
Yeah. A chucking of the DM screen. Yeah.
I'm usually a freelance. I'm a freelance game designer and a mom to a 4-year-old. So that's my life.
It said 4. I was expecting you to say 2 for some reason.
Yeah.
Time is fast.
He's driving now. No. You bonker. No, I'm just kidding. He's very sweet. All right, and last but not least.
I'm Jess. My pronouns are they, them. I am a writer and editor and recently ceramic studio assistant, which is very fun. But I spend most of my time waiting desperately for Brittni to invite me over while they bake goodies. But I just like watch on Instagram all of like delicious stuff they make. But that's fine. I'm not, hurt or anything. It's cool. Fine.
I don't want to like game master keeper your relationship outside of this, but have you considered coming over with like a plate that Brittni could feature said pastries on, and then there's a reason that you have to be there and be fed those pastries?
No reason.
I see.
Yes, I call it bribery, but yeah, usually.
Oh, like a plate that you made too.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, cross promotion. All right.
Genius. Yep, I'll work on it.
Yeah, cool. Expected discount on my pottery. No, I'm just kidding. Never. Full price, double price. Thank you all for joining us. We had a session 0 a couple weeks ago, and we are now here to play the full shebang. I will briefly go over Brindlewood Bay a little bit, just for the group, for all of us, so we are caught up. It is a game by Jason Cordova, and it is, I don't want to like gas it up too much, but obviously we like it because we're playing it, so there's no point in me pretending. But it's a beautiful game. Our lovely dames will be playing a group of grannies or elderly septuagenarian, octogenarians who are known around town as the murder mavens for solving a few crimes or two to the chagrin of the local police chief, as always. So in the game, the way it's set up, we will start with our little cozy vignettes. I will present the mystery. You will have investigation time, which is essentially regular play. There may be some crown scenes near the end. It's up to you when you will play those, and I'll describe them a little bit more in detail or as we need them. And then we'll do the theorize section where you pick who did the thing, who did the murder. Sorry, spoiler, there's a murder. Kept saying death, but we know what's up. And then we would have an end of session where we advance our character sheets and whatnot and see what was used and what wasn't used. So again, for everyone at home, there are 5 different Maven attributes that they all have, and they have a range of -3 to +3 as their modifier. Since this is the first game, they don't have a lot of extra modifiers going on, but the abilities are vitality, composure, reason, presence, and sensitivity. Vitality is if your action has to deal with strength, endurance, athleticism, just raw physicality. Composure is when a maven is doing an action that requires like a steady hand, some sort of calm composure or disposition, or maybe trying to avoid a fear-based reaction. Reason, if a maven is big on studying or researching, maybe examining a crime scene of some kind. And then presence is when a maven is trying to charm someone, intimidate someone, capture someone's imagination. I feel like one of the mavens here picked added the modifier in presence already. And then last but not least is sensitivity, and that is the maven's actions involve the occult or supernatural forces. So throughout your investigation scenes, dames, aka murder mavens, there are a couple different types of advantages I wanted you to be aware of. I know they are listed on your little player handouts on the moves sheet, but just in case, you can have an advantage or disadvantage, and they are done, and I will tell you in the time if you need, but by rolling 3 dice and taking the highest 2 numbers. Disadvantage when you roll 3, take the lowest 2 numbers. But you may have a move that gives you an advantage, like possibly your maven move, your special move, or, and this is the other cool part, you can use an unmarked item from your cozy little place. You all gave each other items in session 0. Cat and Chrysanthemum, or Cat as Chrysanthemum, we will go over obviously our cozy little places at the beginning of the game, and you can gift things to other people and vice versa. But you can basically use each item to give yourself an advantage whenever you want one, but they only work once. So, but you get to you get new items basically after every solved mystery as well. So. Disadvantages come from possible conditions you take on the game that I will be handing out like they're lollipops. So, but you can get rid of conditions by using the cozy move, which is very cute. And it's when you have a little intimate moment with another maven and like engaged in whatever your cozy activity is in your home. So that's one type of advantage, disadvantage. The other one is the crowns. Paper example. This is a crown. No, okay. There are, if you want to, it's almost like a little bit like the game Shift, where you can, after an outcome has been narrated, you can choose to put on a crown and increase your die roll 1 success tier. So a miss, basically a 6 below, could then become a 7 to 9. Or 7 to 9 could become a 10 to 11. A 10 to 11 could become a 12. In that case, we would narrate, a different ending, and then at some point you would have to describe your crown scene. There are 2 types of crowns, and again, they're on your little character sheet. There's the crown of the queen, and that's usually when you reminisce about your life because you've had a beautiful, beautiful life. Possibly, yes, you do need dice in this game too. No. Just gonna out everybody. Excuse me. I forgot what I was saying. Crowns. Oh, so the crown of the queen. It's a memory. It doesn't have to be a happy one, but from your past. There's actually a list of them on your character sheet, and we do them in order. So these are the ones that are available to you throughout all of our game sessions. The Crown of the Void, on the other hand, is something a little bit darker and more mysterious, as it is part of the occult that will be popping up in these games. So those obviously are a little bit, use those a little less sparing, or a little more sparingly, because if you use the last Crown of the Void, that is when your character unfortunately passes away and you'll need to make a new one. So just no big deal. Death is a part of life, is a part of death, all that good stuff. So, okay. Really fast. Should I describe the moves you can make, or do you want to wait until the game when one of them is happening? I don't want to bore you too much, or yes, no.
Wait till we use them.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sorry. It's like I've been talking a lot. I will say there is one move I'm going to highlight because it leads us to how you all know each other, and it's called the Gold Crown Mystery Move. It is a set of books that you all found out that you have all read, starring the character Amanda Delacourt. So that's the reason you started your little Murder Maven book club, although you obviously read other books as well. But at some point, you can use this move where you give the name of the book, a situation or problem where Amanda found herself in that's similar, and how she overcame that problem. And it gives you an instant 12 on your dice roll. So technically another form of advantage. But you can only use it once per mystery. So if someone uses it in the first 10 minutes, shame them. No. So, all right. We will start with our cozy little vignettes. And
when you say, when you say once per mystery, that's like total. Like one of us gets to do it, and that's
exactly
it. Got it.
You can all help each other with that one, though. Like
that is my favorite part of this game. Just that.
It's just that thing.
Yeah, it's just so funny to me.
Okay,
I love it.
I think you'll also like the commercial break possible too. That is also something that we can do. So, yeah. So,
it's already. I love it.
Yeah, it's to give like me a minute to figure out something. One of you has to like do a voiceover from a commercial break from like the 70s or 80s. So,
yep.
So, all right. Kat, are you okay if we start with you for the cozy little places, or would you prefer? I feel like I'm like you had, or would you like one of the others to go since they went before? I should have asked you before.
Yeah, let them. Yeah, let them go. Let somebody else go.
Let them go first. Yeah.
Yeah, because I want to know what I'm supposed to do. So.
Let's see. Well, we will in the little vignettes, you're going to show us what the Maven is looking like in their life. These can be light and breezy, warm and cozy, you enjoying your hobbies or your community project. But most likely, if you want to keep this one at your home, and you can also then describe the items that you have in your special items as well. Jess, do you mind if we start with Athena Pearl?
Not at all. Athena Pearl is always ready. So Athena Pearl is their cozy little place is their like nice little cottage home, and they've got their nice silk cap and all the scarves and things and more rings than I have, but this is just like what I found this morning. And this morning they are working in their little indoor garden where they keep some of their some of the like more rare herbs that they don't want to leave outside in case like there's a storm or something. They have a nice little like mini greenhouse inside. Oh no, am I double audio? Let's see. How's that? Is that still double audio? I think I fixed it, but let me know.
It's just Athena Pearl's power, so.
Yeah, Athena Pearl like speaks the voices of the void. And they are also taking special care with their Venus flytrap, which was the item that Brittni added to my cozy little place, which is very helpful to keep pests away from their indoor mini garden. Was that everything?
Excellent. Yeah, no, that is fantastic. And did you have a gift you wanted to, well, I mean, you have to, but an item for Chrysanthemum's cozy little place? Or would you rather, we can wait till we hear what the cozy little place is actually first.
Yeah, I'd like to hear more about Chrysanthemum and then decide for sure.
Yeah. I love how Brittni didn't wait and just was like, yep, all in. No, just kidding.
I heard all I needed from Kat's 3-line description.
Speaking of that, Brittni, give us a little vignette about Dot and her cozy little place.
Sure. So Dot is spends the majority of her time when she's not out speed walking, which is basically normal walking speed, but she calls it speed walking. When she's not like out and about in the neighborhood, she's sitting in her like 3-season porch area, adding some intricate detailing through embroidery to these like tiny little scarves. She's making tiny scarves. They're impossibly small. Why are they that small? Who could wear this? Only a small creature could wear this scarf. Why scarves for tiny creatures, you ask? Because it's adorable. And she, at the same time that this is happening, she's adding this little embroidered detail into this like very, very tiny scarf with tassels at the end. She's got a very strong focus on her front yard, and she has a box, like a cardboard box set up, and a stick kind of propping the box up. And there's a just like a antique spoon with like a big gob of peanut butter just sitting inside the box, and she has a string tied to the box, and it's right next to her lap, and she's just waiting for the perfect moment because she's going to capture her first creature, not to harm it, not to keep it, but she needs to try some of these clothes on. She's never tried any of her tiny little clothes on any creature. She hasn't been able to get her hands on any little birds or squirrels. So she's just waiting and embroidering.
Excellent. I didn't realize we were starting out at the beginning of the dot era. Okay, this is beautiful.
Oh, no, this isn't the beginning. She's been doing this for years. She's just never been able to catch a creature.
Oh, okay. So just a full mini closet full of clothes.
Yep, exactly. Exactly right. Yeah.
Okay.
Was I supposed to describe Dot? I don't know that I have.
Oh, actually, yes. Please go ahead. Yeah.
I think I only have the clothes, which is probably enough. But she wears big glasses like this. She's wearing a one of those quilted jackets that has like kind of patchwork quilted sections on it, khaki pants, and some like, white New Balance sneakers. Little dirty. Again, she's pretty avid speed walker. Yeah, and there's a couple things in her cozy little place. She has a stand-up piano, because Dot used to be an organist, professional organist, and she has a signed baseball, signed by all of the Red Sox players from I can't remember which season I picked, 2004, yeah, the first World Series. And then, Jess, did you give me a baby doll? Is that from you? Okay.
Mm-hmm. With no clothes on because you've never dressed it.
Yeah, because it was from one of your kids who was like even baby dolls would be less creepy than animals.
Right. But and they wanted me to add the clothing, but it just sits there in the corner unclothed. I refuse to add any of my little tiny clothing to the baby doll.
But it can see all the clothes, which is
absolutely
very interesting.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
I love it. Okay. And Kat, would you like to describe your cozy little... Oh, sorry. Were you done, Brittni?
Should I give gifts?
Yeah, you can give your gifts to them, and then
all right. I'm gonna say that for Athena Pearl, that Chrysanthemum gave a gardener's hat. And it's funny because right before you mentioned this, Jess, I was thinking that she would have given Dot a felted mouse. So now you have two items that you are not dressing.
Fake creature hat.
These clothes need to sing on their body. Yeah. Oh yeah. The doll for the baby.
All right. So Chrysanthemum, I feel like whatever community we're in, she probably like has either like lakeside or seaside little house, and she set up like all these like bird feeders and like hummingbird garden, because she's an avid birder. I would say that she's sort of dressed in like white knit cardigan, white pants, like a blue and white stripy top. Her hair is like done in a bun, and yeah, she her place is cozy in a way that, she's got a lot of very nice things, but she's also got like a lot of comfort items, like household pickled items from her shop and everything like that.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
In her place also she has a bottle of wine, but it's one of those ones that you can't see in it. It's got like that like fake dust around it, so she can't actually see what's in the bottle. And it's old and she has not opened it. It's just sitting there.
Very old. All right. Did you see what year is on the label? Like, is it as old as her?
I'm gonna say it's like ridiculously old. It's like,
oh, okay,
it's probably like from France, from 18 something, or something ridiculous.
200 years old. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Okay, now your gifts from the other murder mavens. Brittni, do you want to start with yours since you had one, or?
Yep. I sure did. So Cat Chrysanthemum also has a recipe book from the 1950s, kind of like a woman's journal style recipe book. Many pages flagged. I don't know if that you did that or someone else did that, but well used. And it's got lots of housekeeping tips and party hosting tips and salads made of mostly gelatin. Yeah, that type of thing.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and Kat, I was going to say you also have you're allowed to say no, or can you change the item if you don't like it? So sorry, I meant to tell you that, but I'm sure you'd find a nicer way to say that. No, yeah. All right, Jess, what's an item that you can find in Chrysanthemum's cozy little place?
I think somewhere in Chrysanthemum's place is just like a huge bag of bird seed that the birds don't actually like. Like someone, like a family member or a friend, was trying to be supportive and like bought them this like massive, like Costco-sized bag of like bird seed. But maybe Chrysanthemum tried it once or twice and it like actively scared away the birds. So like it's one that is just like this massive bag that is just like sitting there gathering dust.
I feel like she didn't even try to use it. She just saw that it was like wholesale, whatever, and she was just like, my birds are better than this.
Yes, yes, I love that. Didn't even give it a chance. We're just like, no, this is not good enough for my beautiful babies.
Yes.
Like they do, it's like it's even got like bird carob seeds for chocolate chips. Someone's like, yeah, bird granola.
Bird trail mix.
Yeah, totally doesn't work. Oh,
I guess for both of you were things that your characters don't like. So you're welcome for that.
You know, it'd be terrible if something happened to those as an advantage roll. They got used up. No. Excellent. Okay. Well, now we shall move on to the mystery. Before I start describing where you are at the beginning, I am supposed to tell you the complexity level. It's a 6.
Out of what?
Out of
what a good question.
It's a mystery.
I'm pretty sure it said in the instructions it says 6 to 8, but then I did not look to see if anything was lower than 6. So
so 6 is 1.
Yeah.
We need a codex just to solve
8 is 3. Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
this is the first mystery. Yeah. Okay. Well, is this it? We're in it now.
Okay, yeah. I want to use the golden
finding out like what the complexity means.
Sorry, I'm just going through really fast. Oh, it's always 6 to 8, and it represents the relative length and difficulty of the mystery. So there you go. Because this is the intro one that they suggested. So
now I'm even more confused. 6 what? What is the unit we're talking about?
Mystery level, Brittni.
Complexity and length. 6 hours.
Investigatude. Okay. Do you not know about this?
That's it.
So and the title, which is in our stream handle, is called Dad Overboard. So perfect for our all-femme presenting cast. Okay. 3 of you, the murder mavens, are at your weekly mystery book club meeting. You are on the top floor of the 2-floor bookstore, Candlelight Booksellers. It is a beautiful, beautiful bookshop in this little Massachusetts town of Brindlewood Bay. Navy paint on the outside and hand-painted candles decorate the inside, made by each visiting author as a tribute to this wonderful place. You all are wrapping up your latest meeting on a book when you are approached by none other than Sheriff Wyman Dalrymple, the Brindlewood County's chief law enforcement officer. And he comes up to you. You have known him for quite a while because you have helped him solve some mysteries in the past, and you have a little, repertoire, or there's a little bit of camaraderie, but mostly aggravation on his side with you all. So he comes up the stairs. You can hear creaking as he walks up. He's in his again, it's also Navy outfit, with his little badge, his regular size badge. Sorry, it's a little got a little bit of punch. He's not had to pass the test recently, and he takes off his little. Sorry, I'm getting so excited to use a voice. His little baseball hat and goes. Now, girls, I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm going to need all your little help.
I think I will take that the wrong way. Girls,
Little help.
we are older than you are. And a little help after all the work we've done in this town.
Now, Athena Pearl, not just because you're older does not mean you're wiser. I believe you told me that.
But just because you have more authority over this town doesn't mean that you can be condescending to any of us.
Okay. You know what? Let me start over. And he
yeah, you do that.
Yeah. He moves slightly faster than you've ever seen him, back down the stairs. So you can only see the top of his head. And then excuse me, is your meeting close to being over?
Yes.
Any of you? Sorry, he's like
yes.
Ms. Dot, Miss Athena Pearl. I'm sorry.
This is how you're starting now? You're starting by asking a question you already know the answer to?
He goes back down. He goes back down a third time and knocks on the wood of the stairs.
Come in.
All right. He walks in, and I'm sorry, Jess, is Athena Pearl go by they them? Was that?
They she, yeah.
They she. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to. Okay. Hey, I don't want to interrupt you all, but here I am already talking, so I will move forward. I know you.
What a surprise to meet you here.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time, but Miss Chrysanthemum, I'm hoping it's the last. I was wondering if you could, and he takes the hat off, sort of folds it up in his hands, looks down at it. If you could maybe just help me out a little bit in proving a little bit of foul play in a situation we got here.
Pardon me. You're going to have to speak up. Hearing and all.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Foul play. Somebody died. Someone in our community died, and I would like your help.
Oh, Sheriff Dalrymple, that's all you had to say.
Yeah, okay, great.
And we're going to talk about payroll this time, right? Putting us on the payroll because you come to us so often.
Well, now, here's the deal. I don't want you to solve the mystery. There's just,
you want us to consult. You want us to be consultants for your department.
Oh, my good golly. Okay, I'm writing down consulting on my little pad of paper.
Now, you came to us, so I don't know why there's so much huffing and puffing here.
Well, it's because I had to run down the stairs class, if you don't recall. But okay.
So who was it who died, Sheriff Dalrymple?
Thank you for cutting to the quick of it. Dadgum. Okay. You may or may not. Okay. Darn gum. Mom gum? I'm not really sure. Anyway, you may know the old muckety muck Albert Krause, the financier in town. well, I say in town. He was on vacation, a yachting vacation. You know, it's one of those bigger boats, and was out having a good time with his family. He's got 2 daughters, 1 son, and a wife, and we got to say that, or I guess I got to say that he was drunk. We did find liquor in his system.
Just one wife? Just one wife, you said?
Yes, just 1 wife.
Just checking.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like, does he have a second family? Interesting idea.
I'm not going to judge either way. I'm just asking.
Okay, yeah. Well, sorry. The only people on this vacation were his, I guess I'm going to call him primary family right now. You know what? Innocent until proven guilty is what is actually. So he's with his only family, unless we find out otherwise.
Alleged.
Only known family.
Only known family. You just see, like, his pen is running out of ink. Like, he's taking more notes. Okay. Now, Mr. Krause was drunk when he fell overboard. There was the toxicity levels in his blood were high for Jack and Coke, it says, or some type of drink.
Wait, they can tell the drink now from the blood?
Oh yeah, we can tell all sorts of stuff in this lab. I'll tell you, it's high, it's fancy. Not me, of course, but the scientists. So, and he fell overboard. So, now I think, again, there's some foul play at work. I don't think he just died from having a good time, you know? Or else we all would have died multiple times over. Isn't that right, Miss Chrysanthemum?
She just looks over at him.
Dot nudges Chrysanthemum, assuming Chrysanthemum hasn't, like, heard what's happening. Your turn.
All right. All right,
So, well, it doesn't sound like he died from having a good time. It sounds like he died from drowning. Would you say that's right?
You know what? You're gonna have to talk to. You're gonna have to go examine the body. It's quite possible. He was dragged out of the bay dead, and it's quite possible he did drown. But why did he fall in the water?
Okay.
And you say fall and overboard. You're not saying pushed or.
I don't know. That's what I was wondering, if you could maybe just do, because you all are so good at letting people sort of, what's the word? Open up and be, they share their, what's that F word? Failings with you. And then sometimes stuff just comes to tumbling out. They wouldn't, they won't say it to me. So, if you want to examine his body, though, you are more than welcome to, because if I can't produce, and he stops himself, looks down at his pad that says consulting. If we can't produce any evidence that there was foul play, his family's going to take his body back to Boston. And he said that in italics. And, justice will not have been served. So.
You're saying there's a time limit here, then?
There's always a time limit.
We have a time limit too, I'll tell you.
No, yeah, so do I. Again, if people are just feeling over from having a good time. So I will say the body is being held at the cold storage at the fish market until the matter.
The Cold Stone. They're keeping bodies at the ice cream shop now.
No. At Etienne Beauregard's fish stand, because we don't have a cold storage at our one room.
You might as well use the Cold Stone then. Maybe I had a good idea.
I think the fish one's a little bit bigger, because they do a lot of. They got a lot of fish there. They cut them up. They lay them out.
I imagine that body smells just wonderful by now.
Well, again, it's in cold storage, so
surrounded by dead fish.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry.
We're gonna cancel Fish Friday this week, ladies.
I think that's probably for the best.
Yeah,
indeed.
Well, what can you tell us about Mr. Krause's family before we go take a look at this body?
Oh,
aside from being from Boston, apparently.
Oof, yeah. His wife's name is Allison Krause. She's a little bit, he sort of like flicks the tip of his nose, fancy.
Snobby?
Yeah, I didn't say that. You did. Just a secondhand observation. It's not hearsay because this isn't a court. And then he's got an older daughter named Sarah, and she is a homemaker, stay-at-home mom, also back in Boston. The youngest kid is Emily, who is some type of computer technician. And then the son's name is David, and he I didn't actually get to speak to him yet, but he was giving me the runaround. So,
Well, one moment I thought you said they had 2 kids with them.
Oh no, 2 daughters, 1 son.
Ah, all right.
Sorry about that. And yeah, so you know who else I got on my list though, just in case? Their butler, Andrew, who worked on the yacht, because you can't go on vacation and expect to do any of your own laundry or mix your own Jack and Cokes. Then there's a Captain Curly, the yacht captain. I mean, you all probably know him. He's from Brindlewood Bay, so.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
And what was the butler's name?
Andrew, no last name, sort of like Cher.
And you have reason to believe there was some sort of foul play here.
I do. I can feel it, in that part of your body that does things and you don't know what it's for. The gallbladder, I felt it there. I mean, again, you don't have to help me at all, but I'm on a short time limit.
Perfect. We should head out, right? I'm ready for lunch.
Well,
You know who serves a great lunch? Etienne Beauregard at her fish stand. Although I don't think we should actually eat from her just now.
No fish.
But
no fish.
there are a couple other food stands right down in that area. I do love a good mystery.
Well, thank you. Now, thank you all. I'll be speaking to the captain about your consulting fee. Wait, I am the captain. I'll be speaking to the accountant about the consulting fee and seeing what we can do to divvy up some of the discretionary funds betwixt the 3 of you. Assuming, of course, you find that foul play connection. So,
Fun.
thank you again, because again, we don't want people thinking that our waters out here are infested with some sort of fun-having killing disease. Some weird newspaper gets a hold of that, and then we got nothing but dark tourism happening here. People are waiting to die on our waters.
Yes, I'm sure that's the exact sort of thing people would think about someone dying after falling overboard.
Much better if it's murder, in my opinion. Okay, and he runs off. happy to have enlisted you. So
maybe that feeling he had in his gallbladder was just a stitch from all that running.
And I'm gonna actually say Brittni Dot has met one of the Krause children several years ago. When you hear the name and the description, the very small description, it like triggers a memory inside of you. Which one of the kids do you think you know? Allison, I'm sorry, David, Sarah, or Emily? The homemaker, the man, or the computer nerd?
The Sarah's the homemaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sarah sounds right.
Okay, excellent. All right, we'll say that you let's see, you may have at one point, maybe you met them when you were playing organ for the Red Sox, and her three children got to do like one of those run the bases things and like organist for an inning, some sort of stuff, and like got their sticky fingers all over your organ. So, and you remember quite clearly their names: Porsche, Mercedes, and Lambo.
Yikes.
Lambo.
I did not make up those. Those were printed in there. So yeah, but she probably was very nice to you and very thankful for your time. Because you gave her a full 30 minutes of no kid time also.
Yes, right.
All right. So where would you like to go? Where'd you all like to go next? And again, in this game too, we don't have to like do everything sequentially. Like we can jump forward in the day basically. Like we don't have to like narrate you all walking places or anything. So
is the family all together somewhere? Did we establish that? I missed
yeah, the family is still out on the yacht because it has not been deemed a crime scene.
Oh,
so they're still on vacation.
Yikes!
Wow.
I think they're all guilty.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we should go to the body first, and then
lunch.
Maybe
right,
and lunch, and then maybe talk to the captain before we talk to the family.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So you all head over to the fish market, which is pretty nice in Brindlewood Bay because it's a fishing community. The waters are super nice, teeming with all sorts of delicious crab and fish. Hey, it's Massachusetts. And there's the smell of just a slight fishy smell, a little brininess in the air. There's fishmongers tossing bass back and forth, something that I know none of you are familiar with living in Seattle area. So the sound of like little wet grit crunching beneath your shoes. So there's something here that in this game, just for people who haven't played at home, it's called Paint the Scene. And I'll ask you all like, so what do you see that reminds you of why you love the fish market? Or what about this place makes you hate coming down here? You all can tell me.
I mean, easy for Dot. There is like lobster rolls abound. She has her favorite spot. She knows exactly where to go. She's already there. You guys have lost her in the crowd. She's ordering.
I feel like Chrysanthemum has her favorite lobster spot too, so she's gone off in another direction. Yeah.
And we'll spend maybe 20 minutes arguing about which is best after.
Let me guess. One of them is mayo forward. The other one's like mustard forward in their lobster roll.
Mustard? No.
Butter,
no? Butter or mayo.
Oh, okay.
Dot's a butter gal. I don't know about
yes. I think Chrysanthemum's the mayo gal. Yeah.
All right. I gotta take down these notes. It's gonna be super important later. So. Okay.
Lobster is incredibly important too.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. What did I just say? Just because Jess laughed sarcastically.
That's how I sounded. I laughed
sardonically. This is just my face.
I feel like the lobster place that Chrysanthemum goes to also probably buys her like the mayonnaise from her shop. So that's part of why she likes that lobster place.
Yeah.
Just feeding the machine. All right. Yeah. And you're like extra lobster on that. I mean extra mayo on this one. Make it wet. Yeah, okay. Sorry, that's what you say at wings places. I'm Sally.
But I was just imagining like how much mayo would you have to put on something to consider it wet, and I am horrified by that.
Oh man. Okay.
I was gonna say that Athena Pearl likes the fish market, but now thinking about this these wet mayo lobster rolls, I don't know that they do.
I mean, there's probably some artisan stalls as well with people selling, little scenes painted on shells that they found on the beach and other such stuff. But
I think Athena Pearl's favorite part of the fish market is that at some point or another, they've chatted with like almost all of the people who own stands around here, and now Athena Pearl uses this as like the hub of gossip.
Okay, gossip hub. Got it. Okay. Thank you for helping paint the scene. You head over to Etienne Beauregard's stand. The sign is in the shape of a fish, obviously, but and water coming, like a little wave coming off of the tail in the shape of a heart, and it's called kissable fish. And you see a sort of a silver bearded, I'm just gonna say, a zaddy, working, hanging out, talking to the tourists. He actually has like a he's got a dish rag over one shoulder and is slowly wrapping up fish for someone in paper, but like maintaining perfect eye contact with them, like intense eye contact while he's like wrapping this, and then like putting on tape, and you can hear his
tip jar is really full, right?
It is so full. Yeah. He's got his little shirt open. I didn't realize I was dressed like kind of open, a little bit of the chest hair forest poking out. He's like, oh. California sounds so beautiful. I could feel the sunlight reflecting off your face and back into my heart. And this black sea bass, just a little soupçon of some pepper and some salt. It will just go so perfect with the greens that you bought. And he sees you all. You've all eaten at his stand before, right? Or gotten food from his stand? Yeah. Okay. Because he's got some fried fish as well. He's selling, but okay. And as he sees you all, he like waves over, and he's like, yes, my friend, so good to see you. How are you? How you doing today? He like instantly switches back to his normal accent.
As the tourists like walk away.
Yeah. What do you want? We got a special on mussels. We got some crabs. I get you like a poutry crabs, whatever you feeling.
Do we know his like real name? Like,
it is Etienne.
Is it Etienne?
Does he go by like Eddie?
Eddie,
yeah.
He
comes from Scranton, Pennsylvania, but his mother wanted him to have a full life of travel, and so he really leans into the French thing.
This is making me feel like I really should be attempting a vaguely Boston accent, and I have not given it a college try. So I'll be working through that for the rest of this session.
If you want to play your younger, or if you want to play like a twin of yourself, with a different accent, which is always good.
Well, Etienne, we hear you have something on special in the back, if you know what we mean.
Yeah, it's the bluefish.
A whole fish, so to speak.
Yeah, the bluefish. I haven't cut it up yet. What part do you want? You want the gills? You want the eyes, don't you? Athena Pearl, I know you like the eyes.
Eddie, darling, you know full well we're talking about that body.
Oh, hey, keep it. It's just like, what are you, a bunch of divas? Keep it down.
Well, if you wanted to be around the bush and be ridiculous, this is what happens.
All right, come on back. Come over here to the back. Okay, and he like leads you into the cold storage. Now, I know, and he looks around just to make sure no one has followed them through like the little
plastic things.
This plastic, the plastic sheeting, and as he's leading you to the actual, it's like the intro to cold storage, so your body can acclimate to how cold it's gonna be in there. It's like Albert and the Krauses. They were big friends of mine. So please be respectful. Don't take any selfies or anything with the body. I'm not saying you would, but just because you're attractive ladies with a lot of wisdom. He sort of like does this with like to talk about silver hair. Doesn't mean you aren't a little funny sometimes. You know what I mean? So,
Wait, Eddie, you were friends with them? Is that what you?
Yeah, they come here every summer for vacation. They always bought my most expensive food. So, because whatever I pointed at became the most expensive. You know what I mean? No.
Did you ever interact with any of them outside of the fish stand?
Oh, I did get to go on their boat one time. And here, quick question from me, Jen the Keeper. You're trying to find some information out from Eddie, right?
Yes.
Would you say this is a meddling move?
Yes,
to finally roll some dice? Sorry.
Yes, I definitely would.
A full hour into the game. Would you say, so your meddling move is when you search for a clue, conduct research, or otherwise gather information. You can obviously be, if you were like investigating a home, it'd be very obvious, but sometimes just asking how someone is, that's why I wanted to double check. So, Jess.
I rolled a 12.
Hot diggity. Okay. Jeez. Right off the bat, gotta ruin everything. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. I didn't even use one of my abilities. Would it have been presence? Or reason, maybe?
You are asking a person, so I think it would have been. Yeah, it probably would have. Presence, yeah. Which, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have a 0 there, so it's still 12.
Okay. All right, 2 things. He looks at you right in the eyes. Not that he wouldn't, but and it's like little raw animal magnetism coming off him. You can't help it. He's like maybe 15 years younger, but you would. Meme of wood with a cat at the microphone. Sorry, a cat, not you cat. Sorry. He nods his head. He's like, yeah, they invited me out to the boat a couple times, and it was real nice. Even though I'm just a guy selling fish, they treated me like a family member. They were all sorry, Albert treated me like a family member. Allison, I think, because he did. And the girls, yes, don't have much to say about the boy, but maybe he grew out of it. So
grew out of what exactly?
The vinegar that are always some kids have. Can't say the other word. I'm in polite company, but
right.
Yeah. So the other thing that you notice, Athena Pearl, with your 12, is the tattoos on Etienne's very muscular forearms. One is a ship and a bottle, of course. And what you see, though, and no one else notices, is that the ship folds itself down inside the bottle, the actual tattoo itself, and slides out and drops out of the bottle and then sort of floats off into the waves of his other tattoos while he's talking to you.
Whoa.
So, yep. This way to the bodies. Miss Chrysanthemum, would you like to go first? Or you could all go together. I don't know why I'm acting like a female.
Sorry, one last question for you, Eddie, before we go take a look. When you were out on the yacht, did you notice that Mr. Krause liked to drink?
Yeah, of course. We all had it was vacation, We were all having 2-3 drinks, so.
And what did you happen to recall what sort of drink that he favored?
He was drinking, he had a Jack and Coke, and then he also had what was that thing called? The one that tastes like, tastes ungodly. An appletini, yeah.
All right.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Ms. Dot, is that your favorite?
You said ungodly. I'd say nectar of the gods. But,
oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right.
All right. Well,
you want to look in the body?
Let's.
Body? Hi.
Yeah, I think Chrysanthemum wants to, you know, take a look to see if there's any like head trauma.
All right. Excellent. So that is I would say that's also a meddling move, right? You're searching for a clue on the body. Yeah, if you could roll your 2 dice, and then if you have the a modifier that works with that, reason.
What dice do I roll?
Sorry, 2d6.
2d6, okay.
And then if you have a plus in your reason category or modifier.
Just 1 second here.
Mm-hmm.
Got a virtual dice roller, and of course it's not working. I got an 8, and what was the modifier?
Reason.
9.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, so 1 second. Just checking out something right here.
Is it time for Brittni to do a commercial?
Sorry, I forgot to get there. Okay. Okay. You go up to the head, and as you can see that there is a little matted situation there. It looks like obviously it's not brushed, you know, it doesn't look great. He had a full head of hair though, you know, silver with like black right around the bottom, like some hair that just hadn't quite started changing color. And it does look like there's a little bloody area possibly, but before you can fully get a chance to look at him, you are interrupted by a voice. Excuse me, what do you think you're doing here, ladies? It's a thin, graceful, well-dressed woman waltzes in on very tall heels in a immaculate tan linen. Excuse me, I don't know why I have it written down. Tan linen suit.
You must be Mrs. Krause.
Yes, well, yes, I am. And exactly what are you doing in here? She sort of claps with her little manicured hands. And she's looking right at you, Chrysanthemum, because you are the closest one to Albert's body.
Well, we are consultants with the police department.
Consultants.
Close to being on the payroll. Close. Getting there.
All right.
Don't let our age fool you. We are wise beyond our combined age.
Oh, goodness. All right. That's okay. I am all about women at any age being able to do whatever they want and work in whatever field. So yes, thank you. All right. I'm sorry. I will let you do your work. But it's just like Albert to go and get himself killed like this. Absolutely no, not a care in the world for me, for the next charity event. It's the 4th annual Warriors Ball coming up, you know, and this man could be so self-involved. And she's like poking him in his chest.
Preach.
Well,
Amen. Amen.
Why don't you tell us all about it while Miss Chrysanthemum over here continues to examine and see what she can find going on with your late husband's body.
Okay, so you two are distracting here. We'll just say. Yeah.
Okay. Would that be
Okay.
another meddling move, or is that just like a...
I'm going to let it happen for the
Okay.
narrative, if you will. So we'll talk for a minute, and then I'll tell Chrysanthemum what else she finds. Yeah. I have a charity event coming up next week. It's part of the reason we always do this. It's we sometimes host it at the hotel. and this, we pick different places, but it's a charity event for veterans who are suffering from testicular cancer. And this is my 4th time to run the event. It's also been running for 4 years. And my God, if Nancy Redadelia gets to run it next year because of this event and this Albert, she's poking him again, like, I will lose it.
Oh, Mrs. Krause, your husband sounds so much like my Sarge. So selfish, so self-involved. I didn't realize it until he was gone. You know, these things. They want to be in charge, but they don't want to have any responsibility, right? Oh, yes. And then they go off and they disappear, or they get murdered, or they fall overboard, right? And now it's your problem. Now it's our problem.
Where's the guts? And they take all the glory.
Exactly. There'll be a write-up in the paper about this, I'm sure, right? And nothing about your charity event.
There better not be. Do you know someone at the paper?
Well, I do actually, but that's besides the point. Has this been something? When this happened, let's say this terrible tragedy, did it come as a shock to you? Is this something that you thought, this is so surprising. I can't believe this happened here on this day. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I mean, of course I was surprised. We just bought him a new suit for the charity event. Like, why would he die before wearing the suit, you know? He loved a good double breast.
So he'd been talking about the future and plans and...
Absolutely.
Okay. Just checking.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And did you notice, was he drinking a lot before he fell overboard?
Wasn't drinking any more, wasn't drinking any less either.
Meaning everyone was drinking.
Well, it's the same amount as normal as we do on vacation, you know. Right. Start at noon, end at 6. No, she's like, no, it's 1 at lunch, and then usually like a Chardonnay, like a dry white or a rosé because of the sun, and then around 6 is when we do happy hour, and it's all cocktails. Arthur's very good at them, and then just a brandy or 2 before bed. But it's like 5 to 7 drinks on. It's vacation, darlings.
And the last time you saw him that night was when? The happy hour cocktail time, or maybe later or earlier?
Right, yes, around happy hour cocktail time.
So around 6 p.m. He was making you a cocktail.
Oh, no. She laughs so hard it's like ringing off the no, darling. Albert makes the cocktails.
Yes, he was making you a cocktail.
Yes, right. Okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought you asked when I last saw my husband, not Albert.
Yes. Andrew? Are you talking about the butler?
Sorry, I'm talking about Andrew. That one. Oh boy, sorry.
So Andrew makes the cocktails.
Yeah, Andrew makes the cocktails. Sorry, that was my fault. Because they both named the same. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Albert and Andrew. Gotcha.
And what kind of cocktail were you drinking, Mrs. Krause?
Me, I was. I had I first started with they're ungodly apple teeny. Sorry, Andrew just got a book and he was very excited to try it. I think it was top drinks for 2006 or something. And then I moved on to my usual, gin and tonic, twist of lemon, twist of lime.
And what was Mr. Krause's usual?
A Jack and Coke. He recently switched from Diet Coke to regular Coke because she's
from diet to regular.
Oh yes, because of all the she makes another hand motion. The aspartame or something.
Yeah.
So I would say at this point that we move over to Kat, who has been Chrysanthemum, who has been investigating who's been investigating Albert Krause.
Yes.
2 A names. What are we gonna do? No. And Kat, when Chrysanthemum goes up to the head, what do you do?
I think she's gonna like look around for like one of Eddie's supplies, like a rubber glove or something to put on so she doesn't have to touch the body, and but then like sort of lift up that part in the hair just to see.
So what you see is like some dried mud that starts to flake off as soon as you pull the hair aside, and if you brush a little bit more, nothing is there that you can find. But what you do see is an odd, like a little corner of something underneath his shirt sticking out. He's wearing like a white button-down collared shirt that's obviously seen the test of time in the ocean, but a type of printed material is stuck to him under the shirt.
All right. Is she able to pull it out without tearing it?
Yeah, I'd say you are.
All right. Do that then.
And so what you find is a one-page document, a letter to Albert from a lawyer saying that the changes to the will have been made and that blank has been taken out because the paper and the ink has been smeared beyond all recognition on the letter. It is dated 2 weeks ago.
All right. I think Chrysanthemum is just gonna slide it into her like straw handbag, and just set the glove down, and say to the other mavens, perhaps we can take this conversation elsewhere, in respect for you, of course, and you're having this conversation and where your dead husband was is probably unseemly, isn't it? I'm so sorry for your loss, particularly for the charity.
Allison's face was composed in grief, but then as soon as you mentioned the charity, tears gloss over her eyes, and she reaches out a hand.
There.
Thank you, darling. You understand. It's the effort in marriage as well as all volunteering, of course, and just
yes.
we'll make it.
Similar circumstances. Deceased husband who didn't really do very much besides get us in debt.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, hopefully
Oh, don't feel sorry for me. I turned the business around, and it's my own little happy circumstance.
Oh, well then. She hands you her card. Maybe we'll have to discuss, depending on the business, we can add some of it to the charity event, or we do have a silent auction, so we could always do with some more local goodies.
Yeah, a few jars of mayo, huh? Yeah, of course.
Oh, mayo! Love mayo. She quails like.
Just a really quick aside: did Chrysanthemum and Dot both murder their husbands?
I mean, just say this to the chat, because this is why we gotta keep tuning in.
Fair enough. As they kind of usher Mrs. Krause out, can Athena Pearl stay behind really quickly and try to do another just a quick investigation of the body?
Yeah, sure.
Specifically, Athena Pearl is curious to see if there are any signs of drowning, to see if he was dead before he hit the water, or if he did actually drown, and any signs that she would be able to identify, aside from apparently the toxicology report that very specifically identified Jack and Coke and nothing else, if there are any signs of poisoning.
All right. So that would definitely be a meddling move.
Also, like defensive wounds, signs of a struggle. And they're
Yeah, signs of a struggle. If it seems like there's like a massive bruise from like where someone shoved him overboard or something, just like anything like that. So I got a 9 total.
All right. Okay. So a 9. Okay. You got, and that's actually the same as Cat got too. Okay.
So a complication.
Yep. So sorry, I'm like, should I do the exact same thing?
Wait, what if
Another family member shows up?
Is the Crown of the Queen the one where I can narrate something and get boosted up?
Yes. I was gonna say you could take on the Crown of the Queen, and you would I would say maybe you could do it now. Maybe describe your little scene, just because I don't know if we'll actually finish the end of this session or this mystery. But yeah, you can change your you can make it a 10 plus.
Okay. I think so Athena Pearl was never married and never really like dated very much. But I'll say that like there was one like very short-lived relationship that they had years and years and years ago. And I think Athena Pearl's fondest memory of their late partner in this case would be when they tried to talk Athena Pearl out of starting their indoor mini garden. And Athena Pearl gave them like a specialty brand, like a specialty blend of tea that they made. And the partner was like, I mean, it's fine, I guess, but I still don't really see like why you need to like do all this inside. And Athena Pearl was like, well, in that case, I don't see why you need to be inside. And so their fondest memory of their late partner is actually them leaving their partner and doing their own thing and being happy.
That's a great one. Okay. All right, so you've effectively rolled a 10 plus. So you're investigating, was it hands, body?
Yeah, like mouth, throat, like basically looking for signs of like if they actually drowned or if he actually drowned or was dead before he hit the water. If there are any like signs of poisoning and if there's any signs of like someone having like manhandled him in some way, like shoving him against something or like grabbing him, anything like that.
Yeah. Let's see. 1 second.
And then we got to find that son and talk to him. What is going on with this kid?
Okay. Okay. Sorry, 1 second. I was looking for, okay. Okay. What you notice is that on Albert, there are it looks like you open up his eyes and you see that underneath the like blue sort of like the sclera that develops as you when there's no longer blood being pumped through your body, you see that his eyes were extremely dilated, like just basically all pupil, and that despite having been in a type of rigor mortis, his body seems to still be very loose somehow, like the muscles, not completely cold. And there's also some swelling around his hands and ankles, or what it appears to be, because it's very uneven. If you like kind of push up the sleeves of his shirt. So you might recognize it just having worked in your garden and knowing some of the other stuff. It's a sign of edema. And then there's also a little bit of like scratchy, like some sort of red scratches right along his forearms as well. Not scratches, excuse me. I'm sorry, like dry skin. Sorry, not scratches. So you Sorry, I'm trying to figure out if I should tell you or if you have to do like another move. Yeah, you basically, sorry, you find clue, you figure out that he has passed away from hemlock poisoning. So that's what all those signs are.
Interesting.
Okay. So, and you also see the coroner's report, which obviously just lists Jack and Coke as the contents of the stomach and not much else.
All right.
You'll never guess who signed off on it.
Oh gosh, was it Sheriff Dalrymple?
It was.
This guy. All right, yeah. Now that Athena Pearl has done that, they'll like scurry back out to where everyone else is and hope that Mrs. Krause didn't really notice her missing. With Chrysanthemum relating so much about the issues with the charity, commiserating about useless husbands.
Excellent. Cool. How about we move on to another scene? There's some other locations, obviously, you can go to, or more people you wanted to talk to. But we'll make it a night scene, if that's okay. Because everything's more dangerous at night in this game. No reason. No, sorry. Doesn't work when you just shout it. Where would you like to go?
Do we want to talk to Captain Curly?
I would say that or the yacht, unless Captain Curly's near the yacht.
Yeah, he's the captain of the yacht, so he's there.
Cool. So,
also, I think Chrysanthemum obviously, I think shares that, you know, the letter.
Yeah, same. Athena Pearl shares the hemlock poisoning hint.
Okay. All right. So you all are out on the you go so the boat is out. Nope, it's docked. It's docked right now. Yeah, they probably would stay docked, but they're still all on the boat. So it is down at the Brindlewood Bay the Brindlewood Bay silver port. Yeah, it's just slightly nicer. There's like instead of it just being a dock you can go walk onto, this one's got a gate that just goes right at your hip. So just so it's just the smallest wink at not everyone's allowed. Yeah. And the boat it's a big white yacht, a bunch of yacht words here, probably like a 50 to 80 footer, with some flags from fancy places that this family has visited, but obviously America's flying high. I think that's actually a rule. You have to fly the country you're from and then the country you're going to. Okay, cool. There's some boat people here. Sorry, I forgot to look up boat stuff or like boat describing stuff specifically. But and you'll see that the name of the boat has been temporarily changed. There's like a little sign over it, sort of tacked on or magneted on. So it says the Cruiser. So it's kind of like the cruiser, but with the Krause's name. Yeah.
Thanks.
And yeah, so you all walking up to the boat or on? Yeah. The captain leans out. He's wearing the light of the moon. His officer whites are like shot that look like it's just like Kruger's eyes staring out at you from the night. Like they are brilliant, like diamonds in the night sky. Like, yeah. He opens up his mouth. Same thing. Pearly whites, just gleaming. This guy put all of his money in Crest or one of the companies. And hey, I think I've seen you all before. And then he's like, and he's trying to like,
Captain.
yes, well, ahoy, first of all. yeah, you sell, I bought some of your mayo before.
Oh, well. She's asleep.
It's, you know what? It elevated my shrimp sandwiches. They used to just be shrimp on white bread, but then they fall out and bounce around. Then I was like, what if I put something on your mayo?
Well, if you are familiar with the fish market, Emmy's has the nicest lobster roll you can think of in the fish market, and the secret ingredient is, and she points to herself.
Okay, Emmy's, yeah, they do have a good roll. Although, Brittni, what's the name of your stand?
Jerry's.
Shout out to our dad. He goes, I think I'm an every other kind of Emmy's one day and then Jerry's the next. I don't know what it is. I like to keep spice up the life. I've got a lot of room in here for and you think he's about to pat his stomach, but he pats his broad chest. A lot of room in here for lobster rolls. So, hey, I'm Captain Carl. Call me Carly Willoughby. And he sort of like undoes the little, because there's like that little ramp leading up to the yacht with like the tiny chain. Again, just what can I help you with?
You're a charter captain then?
Oh yeah, this is my boat. And
this is your boat? Wait, this is your boat?
Yeah, I'm the captain of the boat.
Oh, I thought it was called I thought this was the Krause's boat.
Oh, I mean they rented it. See that sign? It's temporary. And he sort of like pulls the magnet off, and like you can see its real name on it. Yeah, it's a little joke I did. I thought and kills them every year. You can tell because Allison's smile almost moves.
That is a nice touch, I will say. Wow.
Yeah. Got it. Oh no, Abby, I've lived here my entire life too, so
yeah,
he's like the one native.
So I was wondering if he was like, it was their boat, but they charter a captain or
no. Yeah, they chartered me and the boat.
Got it.
We're a twofer, so.
How and aside from the incident, how was the charter? Good? Any different than the previous charters with this family?
Well, let's see. If there's anything different. They've been coming out here for like 10 years, and hey, Brittni, are you doing a meddling move?
I thought we were, bonding.
I feel like you got a roll, but I gave you a little bit right there. But
10 years, I heard it. That's a clue. That's something. I shall meddle, sure. That's nothing, right? What was I? Is meddling an ability that I can add?
Oh, sorry. You would be using, I believe, reason. Sorry, I'm just going to double check because you are speaking to another human being. Beep, 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 beep.
I think it will matter with my terrible roll.
Oh, okay. I'd say you could use reason or composure because you're trying to stay calm. Or presence. I'm sorry, presence because you're trying to charm him.
Oh, I did add to my presence. Okay, well, I got a 6.
Okay, all right. Woof-a-doof. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like all fun and games with you. He's all like, and he's about to like get into it when a shadow from the next level up sort of like covers all of you. Yeah, because it keeps the moonlight from hitting you, and you see the outline of a man or a person in a suit. It's like, hey, Carly, what are you doing down there? We said no guests,
Oh.
Are you all lost or
Who's that? Who's that up there? Huh?
And Curly's like, oh yeah, sorry, Mr. Krause. That's David. Sort of stage whispers to you.
Oh, the sun.
Yeah. And
Can you tell him we're your girlfriends or something? Maybe, just improvising.
I wish there was any form of inspiration in this game. No. Just triple checking. That should be a Maven move. Just say we're your girlfriends. The little May December.
I think Chrysanthemum is going to just going to call out and say, "Oh, we were just checking in on your mother. We're newly made friends in town here. You must be David."
Oh yeah, friends. My mom.
We help with the charity events,
Yes, we bonded over the charity event. Terrible news for her.
All right, of course, come on in then, because I don't want to help her with that. So yeah, go ahead. Come on in.
Oh, you don't care for the details of the setting up the banquet and the drinks and the food.
Why would I want to help a bunch of people that can't hold on to their balls? He's like, I'm sorry, that's rude. Why would I?
What?
Why would I want to help out with some people? We just give them the money. Why do I gotta stare at their faces? I'd rather spend time on my stuff. I got my own thing back in Boston. I got my own little zine shop / art gallery.
Oh, that sounds fascinating. You're an entrepreneur just like myself.
Absolutely, yeah. What are you making? Scotch or something?
What did he say?
That just seems like a loose interpretation, but
what are you making? Scotch or something?
That's me. I do that. That's what I do.
See, I knew. I had a 30-30 chance. No, 33.
I'm a bit of an artist. Yes. Miniatures.
Food emporium.
Food.
It's mostly mayonnaise.
What are you talking about? Everything's mostly mayonnaise. Have you ever been to the middle of the country? Yeah. Listen. So any friend of my mother's is probably a friend of the bar up here. So if you want to come and get a drink, you're more than welcome to. But I gotta get back on the phone. So much to do, so much to prepare.
Yes, how were you holding up after the tragedy?
He sort of leans down and is just like, not great. Dad died such in an uninspiring way. How am I supposed to write a eulogy about that, huh?
That is so true.
Right?
It's so difficult. Your mother was talking about something very similar about how self-involved your father was. No consideration for his family.
None. Reminds me of the great performance artist, Galba. He was so committed to his work. He threw himself off the top of the 5-story building, and ultimate artistic expression, if you ask me. Not that he fell off a boat. 10 feet? Wasn't even a good dive,
Oh, so you saw?
I hope you didn't see that.
Oh yeah, I saw him fall. Yeah, flat on his back.
Interesting.
Like a pancake.
On his back.
We're also interested in artistic expression. Would you mind if we took a look? Could you tell us where he fell from?
Or
perhaps we can find some inspiration for you in your eulogy.
That's an interesting thought. I wouldn't normally let just 3 strangers ask where my father died, but I do need
you seem you need some inspiration.
Yeah, come on in.
Inspired lot.
Yeah. You've probably seen enough, So he says rudely. He takes you over to the front of the boat term. Front of the yacht.
The bow?
Aft, the bow. Thank you.
Just a guess.
Just say boat words until you land on something that sounds right.
It is the bow.
Starboard is one side.
Yeah. And it's the front of the bow of the boat, the deck. And it's the railings are very thin, and they only go up to like maybe right above your hips or right at your rib cage, depending on how tall you are. So, and there's a lot of open air, like there's no glass or anything holding them in. So he's like, yeah, right there, you know. And I thought he was having a gas at me. So, you know, just kind of laughed and, you know, pointed at him like he did with me when I fell off my bike as a kid, you know, no big deal. And yeah. And then, you know, wasn't until he bumped his head a couple times on the side of the boat, we're like, oh, maybe he's not doing too great.
You were with someone else while you were seeing this? Who were you with?
The whole family. We were all out here.
Family was watching.
Yeah. It was happy hour.
Emily and Sarah, you, your mother,
Bush and Mercedes Lambo.
all the kids were there too.
No. Kids aren't invited to happy hour. No.
Okay. But the kids are here? They're sleeping?
Yeah, they were watching like a movie or something. Frozen, maybe, probably. No, it's Encanto now.
Yeah, Disney's got them in their clutches, right? Yeah.
That music though, you know. So.
Oh, you do like Disney? Okay, interesting.
Oh, just a few.
Well, I'm so sorry that your whole family saw this and not one of you could be inspired about, you know, the way it happened.
I mean, sorry, what are you trying to do? Yes.
I'm hoping that, like, he'll talk about either like how quickly they realized something was wrong, or that like someone seemed to react to it in some sort of like unusual way.
Okay. All right. So would you say you're meddling also then?
Yeah, I guess so.
We're trying to find, yeah. Sorry, there's no other like investigation type move. Yeah.
Ooh. And this is presence or reason?
We'll say presence for this one.
11.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, you know, we all were standing there, and you know, I think Emily reacted first, maybe my baby sister. Yeah, she said something like "get him," but again, I thought she said "got him," you know, like "got me, got us," you know.
Oh, but she was actually referring to like trying to get him out of the water.
Yeah.
Did anyone move into action? Did you grab a life ring or life ring?
A life preserver?
Life preserver. Anything like that?
A lifesaver? Or candy? Which one is it?
I was like, it can it be lifesaver? Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, that's what I did. I went and I got a life preserver, got a life jacket, threw him at him, did nothing. His face.
Just threw it at him. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, I thought he was having a guess at me, and then he slipped under the waves.
Ooh.
And then it was a little too late.
Waves, that's artistic. There's something there, right?
Yeah,
the swallowing of the waves.
Yeah, I did jump in after him, but I had like a $3,000 suit on, so like I had to take it off first. Had to put on a hanger. You know.
I'm so confused by this, David. He's like I thought he was like a struggling artist type, but like he's not. He's like a rich, spoiled kid.
I think it's the family money, and like the struggling artist part is just because he has so much family money that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, sorry, he owns an art gallery / zine shop. Maybe it was the zine part where you're like, oh.
But you couldn't find any artistic inspiration from that, about how, you know, you reached out to your father and it was already too late, and he slipped under the waves, and you know you tried to go out after him, but there was something else to prioritize. You know, it seems like there's a lot of opportunity.
You know, perhaps we should go up and have one of those beverages that you offered, and maybe that will loosen up your artistic faculties.
Yeah. That's a great. Actually, I think what you were saying sounded, yes. You all go up to the bar, make whatever you want, but I feel like you're right. I'm onto this. I'm gonna go to my quarters, my room, and work on this my eulogy.
You do that.
Thanks again. He sort of like walks away, like trying to like repeat what you just said back to him before he forgets, like before remembering he has a phone, and then pulls it out and it's just like,
Athena Girl immediately, when they get to the bar cart, investigates both the Coke and the Jack to see if either one has traces of hemlock in it.
Okay. Okay.
And I think, wait.
Let's check the Diet Coke too.
Yeah, check all of them. And I think, let's see, my
check
Maven
all
move.
of them? This is a rich person.
The Coke, Diet Coke, and Jack.
Okay.
All the Coke. The Coke Zero also.
The Coke,
The
Coke Galaxy.
Diet Coke.
Yeah.
The Pepsi Clear, if they have any of that. What time is this? What is this?
My Maven move is the Cadfail, but I'm a highly skilled herbalist and have the cozy activity herbalism, and if there's an herbal tincture or decoction that would be helpful in a situation, I can take the time to make it.
Sounds good to
I
me.
don't know if that's super helpful at this moment, but I guess something that would, like, if it's not obvious that we can find hemlock in something, then maybe some sort of decoction that would help us identify where the poisoning came from.
Yeah, there's like some type of tincture that you can figure out like the alkaloid presence from the hemlock, I believe.
Yeah. I definitely made that on the way over.
Yeah.
Since it's nighttime now, there was some sort of like break, and I made it before we came to the yacht.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, you always just have a small kit on you. That's fine. Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Got a giant purse, probably. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
And there's all sorts of like weird murder stuff happening in this town constantly. Yeah. Athena Pearl is always ready to check for poison.
Okay. All right. So you are checking out the bar cart with Coke. Okay. And then I want to say that Chrysanthemum, you hear two voices out on the top deck, like above where you are, on the third deck, the stargazing deck, is what they call it on Curly's boat. And you can hear some very frustrated arguing between like a breathy sort of feminine voice and then like a deep European or English voice. European,
Sorry, who hears this?
I'm gonna say Chrysanthemum does.
Okay. I think I'm gonna sort of go into the shadows and just try to stay still and listen to try to pick up the
shadows. Okay. All right. I'm going to say that you're going to do a night move just so we get some other moves going in here. So you're doing something slightly risky. Not too much, but is there anything you're afraid of happening if someone sees you? I mean, you're like, I'm afraid of nothing, probably, but
yeah, I mean, she's got composure. I gave her extra composure, right? Because let's see. I guess maybe she's got like this this fear of like doing something improper.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
Yes, I'm going to say great. I will say this night move. If you don't get above a 6, you will witness something terrible.
Okay.
So the night move, you have your fear, and then it's worse than that. Okay. So,
do I have anything that I can add? Do I add anything to it?
Let's see. Since you are you're almost doing like anti-presence with your let's see. I'd say composure, just because you're trying to stay silent, stay still.
Okay.
In the shadows, yeah. And maybe move closer to them so you can hear them.
Yeah, I rolled a 10 and I have a +2, so I got a 12.
Dang. Okay. Damn. Darn it. Sorry. Congratulations.
Oh, nice.
All right. Not okay. So you are able to decipher the voices or what they're saying. You hear the man's voice who is whispering. He is yelling, and he he keeps saying, "Emily, how could you do this? Emily, that's not what we agreed to." I'm sort of arguing. Sorry, that's not British at all. It's not what we agreed to. Your mother would be very upset. And then like a sort of high nasally voice going back like, I don't care what she thinks. So you can stick it where the sun don't shine, which is probably everywhere. That body, it's in that little tux. She's like very bad at comebacks, clearly. So, yep. So that. So don't bother me again with this sort of like, ugh, and then like you can hear like ping, 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 like electronic sound. She's like, I've got to go, okay? Don't talk to me again, ever. And
All right.
She walks away. Or you can hear steps.
All right. So she ducks back into the bar area, and relays the information to the other mavens, just sort of saying, it seems that there was a bit of an argument up top. There was perhaps a butler. One assumes that a butler is going to have a British accent, so I believe that was probably Andrew speaking with Emily. They were having a bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, sorry, you also recall she said his name, Andrew.
Okay.
Andrew, or whatever I was supposed to call you. So, is actually her exact words. Sorry.
They were in cahoots. What are we thinking here? Did they sound like they'd
Well,
been scheming?
I'm not quite sure. It seems like she didn't care about what some other woman was thinking. So it could be either her mother or her other sister, perhaps. And I believe that Andrew and Emily had some sort of agreement. Perhaps it has something to do with the will.
All right. And what was Dot doing during this time too? Sorry, I don't want to keep you out of the loop as well before we get back to. You can also be helping Athena Pearl.
With the cocktailing stuff.
Cocktailery.
Yeah, the only other thing is I'm interested in Sarah, where Sarah is, but I don't want to split us up too far. But
you can split up.
Yeah, I might want to be on the hunt for Sarah.
All right. So you start walking down. So the bar and like the dining deck is like the second to last one before just the open one. So you go back down to the deck that you first showed up on, and you can hear the sound of some music coming from one room that definitely sounds like a Disney movie, and then the sound of like an old school typewriter click 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 coming from another room.
Oh, David, got it.
And
sorry, I was like, writing the eulogy. Got it.
Yeah. And then
the typewriter plugged onto this boat.
That's well. You don't think he's got multiples and he just leaves that one on the boat with all his money?
That's
the boat mentality. I'm Hemingway. And then you can hear someone further down the hall like softly murmuring into a phone. Or murmuring, sorry. Oh, spoiled it.
I will go towards the murmurs.
Okay, yeah.
No. Actually, Dot checks in on the Disney movie room. No.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. You open the door and then three faces turn to you. And then they just go, do you have snacks?
Yes. Oh no! Oh wait, actually, I'm a granny. Of course, I do. I reach into my.
Says the youngest, you presume Lambo.
Oh,
Oh wait, you've met them.
Yeah, you don't remember me? The baseball game, and I was playing the organ.
Yeah.
And your sticky, icky hands were on all the things.
Oh, your music was so boring, though. We had to play good stuff. Like this, and they're like jumping on the furniture now and showing you how good they are at it.
Right, yes. And the crowd did go wild for that Creed song. Yeah. And I appreciated the help. It was so great. Thank you. And here's some candy. And she just throws some hard candy their way.
Thank you.
Like a pinata.
Yeah, a Butterworth. Butterworth? Yeah. Yeah, lands directly in Lambo's mouth. Like wrapper's still on.
I'm actually looking for your mommy.
The oldest, Portia, points down the hallway. She's over there.
And she's probably been really sad, huh?
Yeah, because of Grandpa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I can't tell how old this child is.
Yeah. When she said absolutely, I was like, I'm not sure. Yeah. Really, really sad.
Yeah. And has she said anything strange or funny? Kind of like, what? Why is Mama saying that?
She's not a comedian. Why would she say something funny?
Okay, well, I'm old, so goodbye.
You, as you head back to the door, the middle child pushes it closed and looks at you and just goes, I know there's more candy in that purse.
The candy tax to leave. Here we and did you like Grandpa? See a nice Grandpa? She's holding the candy like in her hand, close to them.
Mercedes is like jumping, trying to grab it. Well, yes, except sometimes he wasn't nice to Auntie Emily. He wouldn't invite her to everything. And she would call Mom, and then they would both cry on the phone and be sad together. But those were the nights we got pizza. And grabs the candy.
Because Dot's distracted by like putting a clue in her brain, filing it away. And your mommy and Auntie Emily are very close, right? They're just the best of friends, I would bet.
Of course they are. They're sisters.
Well, sometimes sisters are estranged and very, very different. And they
Mercedes
end up not being like sisters at all. Oh, sorry. What?
Mercedes turns behind, like turns her head to look at Portia, who looks back at her and just goes like this. puts one finger across her throat, like, and then laughs.
Well, I'm gonna go find your mommy now. I think she's just down the hall.
That way.
Okay. And then just to distract them, a little bit more candy thrown out into the middle of the
they're all happy. They're all best friends for life now.
And then sneaks out the door. All right, phone murmuring is still occurring, I assume.
Still going on. Yep.
Can Dot just kind of sneak towards that sound as quietly as she can?
Yeah. Absolutely.
In the shadows.
Okay.
As Chrysanthemum.
All right. I want to make you do a night move again since you're doing something risky.
Okay.
Sneaking on a boat to speak to someone you've only met once.
Yep.
After you've given their kid candy. So all the signs are there. I think you're gonna also need let's go with composure to sneak. Well, yeah, to sneak quietly and calmly.
Do I have to tell you what I'm afraid of? What's happening?
Yes, absolutely.
Dot is afraid that Sarah won't remember her.
Yep.
she was not a memorable person, which the children already.
But they did remember you.
Of that with the or were they, just want to get
you walked into a room that was like dark with a movie blasting on your face. Like there was no color definition for them. They're already hyper on other candy. No, okay. We'll use this later against you. Sorry, I'm also supposed to let you know it will be worse than what you think. If you like if you don't want to do it, you don't have to. You can
no, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I was like, why would anyone say no to this?
I mean, it's not like I said like snakes will be around the corner.
Well, that's actually what it is. So
so I rolled a 10, but with my composure it is an 11.
All right. Okay. You do exactly as you say you will. You sneak down the hallway, the carpet being your best friend. It meets your
New Balance.
White New Balance. Yes, mm-hmm. New Balance. They were made for sneaking and for peeping. But not that, yes. Well, I walked right into that one.
I thought you had already knew what you were saying.
Yeah. We've tied up this mystery for tonight. Okay. The door is open to this room, and you see the back of a middle-aged woman, like leaning over her phone as if it's her lifeline, kind of softly talking out of concern, saying that she found, or she's saying quietly, and these family photos, I saw some weird stuff in them. And they were, for some reason, they were thrown away. Like they were in the trash. I don't know why they'd be in the trash. Like these were like photos from like when we were kids. And then she waits. Sorry, she speaks to the other person speaks to her. And she goes, yeah, of course I've got a couple. I'll bring them to you. Yeah, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. I think it could mean big things for us if I'm right. And she hangs up the phone. And that is where we're going to have to leave it for tonight. I believe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I kind of think we could move to the theorized phase, but I also want you to give you time to I don't want to rush it just in case. So
yeah,
we could.
I'd love some more clues just to really.
Yeah. Usually in this game they suggest, or at least in a complexity 6 game, they suggest an hour and a half of investigation time. So, but there's some other people you could still speak to. Or other person.
These calculations never make room for Dame's role play time, which is
right. Exactly. Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Made that police officer go up and down the stairs how many times? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Well, excellent. Thank you all so much for joining us for our first Brindlewood Bay. I'm so excited for this game, and you all have been playing so great. I guess we could also talk about if there's. So at the end of this session, well, at the end of the full mystery is when we go over and we do our leveling up stuff, because there's stuff on your character sheet saying like, did you prove to someone you've still got it and all this stuff, or like, did you have a heart-to-heart? So, and you actually, I was bad. I did not give you all any conditions. So my bad. I let you get away with too much. You also rolled very well. So should have given out a condition for those failures, but I was having more fun bringing on people to bother you. Yeah. So next time we can we'll definitely play with that some more. But I think we have a couple weeks off because of people traveling and whatnot to people in chat, but we will have another session soon, and this will go up as a podcast. Well, the first session will go up. Sorry, I'll stop pretending I know what I'm saying. About the podcast schedule. Thank you all again. And if you want to, we go in reverse order, and you can let people know where you are online if you want people to know you're online. And if you have anything else coming up, sorry, it's always weird when it's us. Like, Jess, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I'm Jess Ross, they, them. You can find my website, writejess.com, WRITEJESS.com. But I don't have any like appearances or podcasts or anything coming up. The only thing I've really got going on is that I've started selling my ceramics I've been making. And that is on my Instagram, writejessmakes. You can check that out and see if you want to buy some cool ceramics.
Heck yeah, they're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Sweet. All right, Kat.
All right, I am Kat Kruger. I'm a freelance narrative game designer. You can find me at my company, steampunkunicornstudio.com. And I also do not have anything to announce. Everything's under NDA right now. So yeah, you could just find me doing Dame stuff. Oh, I have a stream tomorrow too. I'm playing Apothecaria. I'm a little village witch, and I have a little Kodama familiar named Pinecone. So yeah, you can catch me tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific, right here.
Yay! Excellent.
Yeah, and I've been Brittni Leigh Liyanage. You can find my stuff and all my links and things at brittnileigh.com. And the only thing I have going on is my TikTok that I've been doing stuff on, just for funsies. And so yeah, you can find me on TikTok at Brittni Leigh Liyanage, which is the same handle as my Instagram, and you can find me there as well, posting the exact same stuff. Content liquidity. So that's called.
Ooh, I just got smarter. I didn't know that's what that was called. I was like, cross posting? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, great. And I've been Jen Vaughn. You can find me at hauntedvaultstudios.com. I will be on this channel on Tuesday playing Le Ventre de Pierre, Pierre's Adventures in French, where we've got like 2 more sessions, and boy, they really like to trauma bond you to the language in that game. There's no pacifist run, but it's a very goofy point and click game, and it's been great to help learn languages. So thanks. Also, you should try playing it if you're trying to learn French or Spanish or English. So yeah, and then other than that, please listen to D20 Dames anywhere podcasts are free. We just finished Wanderleaf, our latest campaign. Our first season. Our season finale came out on Tuesday, and it's beautiful. We all play tweens. It's like the reverse of this. And Kat is our wonderful dungeon master. Less murder, less years. No, okay, there's no tagline there. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all so much, and we will see you next. Oh, until next time, everybody.
Misadventure.
Nailed it.
So bad. We just need to.